A budget is a financial plan that outlines an entity's projected income and expenditure over a specific period of time. It serves as a blueprint for managing finance and ensuring that the resources are allocated efficiently to meet the objectives set. Similarly, the Union Budget, which is also known as the Annual Financial Statement, outlines the estimated receipt and the expenditures of the central government for the upcoming financial year. Hi, I'm your host Ria, and in this video we will explore the history of the budget, its various types, intriguing historical facts, the factor involved in budget creation and the budget formulation process in India. But before we move forward, make sure you have subscribed to our channel Freedom Money English and download the Freedom app. Did you know that the word budget was derived from the Middle English word budget, which came from the Middle French budget, meaning a leather bag? The concept of budgeting has evolved significantly over time, reflecting changes in economic theories, governance structure, and societal needs. Historically, a budget was simply a bag containing financial documents. The modern concept of budgeting began to take shape in the 18th century, and one of the earliest recorded budgets was in Britain in the year 1733, presented by Sir Robert Walpole, the first de facto Prime Minister of Great Britain. This event laid the foundation for parliamentary control over the public finances. Now coming back to Indian budget, well, the budget speech of the finance minister normally has two parts. Part A deals with the general economic survey of the country, while Part B relates to taxation proposals. The budget is first presented to the Lok Sabha on a date specified by the President of India. On this day, the Union Finance Minister, which is Nirmala Sitharaman, this year delivers a budget speech in the Lok Sabha, summarizing the key points of the budget, which can be several thousand pages long. After the budget is presented and passed by the Lok Sabha, a copy of it is also submitted to the Rajya Sabha. Preparing and presenting the budget for legislative approval is a constitutional duty for the government at both central and state levels. The budget session of the Parliament typically takes place in the month between February to May. This year, it is July 23rd. During this time, the budget will be discussed, voted on and approved by the Parliament. Departmentally related standing committees review the demands for grants from various ministries and departments and report their findings to both houses of the Parliament. Now let's have a look at some interesting facts about the budget. The budget was first introduced in India on 7th April 1860 from the East India Company to the British Crown. The first Indian budget was presented by James Wilson on February 18, 1869. Mr. Wilson was the finance member of the Indian Council that advised the Indian Viceroy. He was a Scottish businessman, economist and liberal politician. He founded The Economist and the Standard Chartered Bank. The first finance minister post went to Sir R.K. Shanmukham Shetty, industrialist, erstwhile Diwan of Cochin State and constitutional advisor to the Chamber of Prince. He had been a member of the pro-British Justice Party. The first budget of independent India was presented by Mr. Shetty on November 26, 1947, in the backdrop of partition and riots. Since then, India has had as many as of 80 budgets. Our budget follows the UK budget in many ways, including for many years the timing, since it is used to be held at 5:30 p.m., which was noon in the UK. T.T. Krishnamachari, who succeeded Mr. Deshmukh, was an industrialist who strangely enough had a lot of enthusiasm for taxation. In 1957, he created two new levies, a wealth tax and an expenditure tax, and sternly told those who had to pay these display some patriotic spirit. Now let's look at the steps of budget formulation. Who forms the budget in India? Well, in India, the process of budget formulation is a comprehensive exercise involving multiple stages and stakeholders. The Union Budget, which outlines the government's financial plan for the upcoming fiscal year, is prepared by the Ministry of Finance. To be very precise, the Union budget is prepared by the Budget Division under the Department of Economic Affairs, which operates under the Union Ministry of Finance. The process begins around 6 months prior to the presentation of the budget, around August or September of the previous year. So the budget which will be presented this year, the discussion for it started already last year in August. Now, what is budget circular? The Ministry of Finance issues a budget circular to all ministries, departments and autonomous bodies, providing guidelines for preparing the budget estimates. Next is estimate preparation. Each ministry and department prepares detailed estimates of its revenue and expenditure for the upcoming fiscal year. These estimates are submitted to the Ministry of Finance. All the ministries, states and UTs put forward their revenues and expenses from the previous year, adding to the estimates. The Department of Economic Affairs within the Ministry of Finance reviews these estimates, ensuring that they align with the overall fiscal policy and economic objectives. The estimates are then consolidated into a draft budget. The proposed estimate by all the ministries, states and UTs are received, reviewed by the Revenue Department and the other top officials, and then is sent to the Finance Ministry. A comparison of the estimated revenues and the expenditure is done by the Finance Ministry to find and calculate the overall budget deficit. The Chief Economic Advisor is then consulted to have an overview of the budget deficit, followed by the Finance Ministry allocating revenue, which is budget, to different ministries and departments. The Ministry of Finance holds consultations with various stakeholders, including other ministries, departments and representatives of industry and trade, to gather feedback and make necessary adjustments. After getting an approval following the consultations, the Finance Minister then goes in for one-on-one discussion with the Prime Minister about the tentative budget. The Economic Survey provides an overview of the country's economic performance and sets the context for the budget. The Finance Minister then presents the Union budget in the Parliament, typically on the first day of February. The budget speech outlines key financial proposal and policy measures. The budget undergoes detailed scrutiny by the parliamentary standing committees, followed by the discussions and debates in both the houses of the Parliament. The budget is then voted upon and is passed as the Appropriation Bill and Finance Bill. The Union budget is finally presented by the Finance Minister in Lok Sabha after an approval by the President. Once approved, the budget is implemented with ministers and departments responsible for managing their allocated funds and ensuring adherence to the budgetary provisions. Next is the very famous Halwa ceremony. The printing of budget documents starts roughly 1 week ahead of presenting in the Parliament, with the customary Halwa ceremony, in which halwa, which is a sweet dish, is prepared in large quantities, is served to the officers and support staff involved. They remain isolated and stay in the North Block office until the budget is presented. The halwa is served by the Finance Minister. This ceremony is performed as a part of Indian tradition to have something sweet before starting an important work. Now let's talk about the types of budget. The government budget, which includes both central budget and state budget, can be of 3 types: balanced budget, surplus budget and deficit budget. Balanced budget. A balanced budget is the one wherein the expected or actual receipts are equal to the proposed expenditure. This means that the income equals the total spending. A balanced budget increases the level of aggregate demand in the economy moderately. Hence, it is recommended in a situation when the economy is close to achieving full employment. Next, number 2 is surplus budget. A surplus budget is the one wherein the receipt exceeds the expenditure. In simple words, more money is coming than in money going out. A surplus budget reduces the aggregate demand. Hence, it is recommended in an economic situation where there is a huge or large inflammatory gap. Finally, number 3, deficit budget. A deficit budget is the one wherein expenditure exceeds the receipt. This means the government is spending more money than it is earning or receiving it. A deficit budget increases the aggregate demand. Hence, it is recommended in an economic situation of depression. Now, a question might come into your mind that which budget was presented in the month of February this year? Well, Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the interim budget for the year 2024-2025 on February 1st. The full budget for the fiscal year 2024 and 2025 is all set to be announced by the Modi government 3.0 on July 23rd this year. The interim budget outlined the government's anticipated receipts and expenditures until the new government was formed. In contrast, a comprehensive budget encompasses all facets of the government finances, including the earnings, the spendings, the allocation, and the policy declaration. A full year budget is a strategic guide charting the nation's economic trajectory for an entire fiscal year. The interim budget provides financial details for the transitional period. Well, in order to conclude, it would be right to say that the budget is a vital tool for the financial planning and management with a rich history and adverse application across different sectors. From its early beginning as a simple record of financial documents to its current role as a sophisticated financial management tool, the concept of budget has evolved significantly. Understanding the various types of budget, the factors involved in their creation, and the process of budget formulation, particularly in a complex democracy like India, is crucial for appreciating the importance of effective financial planning and management in achieving the economic and social objectives. Understanding the intricacies of the Indian budget not only provides insight into the economic governance but also empowers us to appreciate the complexities of managing a diverse and growing economy like India. That's all for today's video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to share it with your friends and family. And for more such financial updates, do follow Freedom Money English channel and download the Freedom app. This is your host Riya. Take care. See you in the next video. Till then, bye.